So I want to get into a little bit of your tattoos right now.
Sure.
So what was the first tattoo you got, and what was the significance of it? You know, why did you get it? Where did you get it? And who gave it to you?
I was too young to get a tattoo at the time, but my first tattoo was actually inspired by Natural Born Killers.
Very
Mickey
cool.
and Mallory, the yin yang sign, and my friend did it in his. He did it in his kitchen.
Nice. See, these are the stories the viewers want to hear about.
He
Okay.
did it in his kitchen.
Nice.
He's a good homie of mine. I don't know if he's still with us anymore, but that was kind of his side gig. You know, he just, when he wasn't doing other things, he was giving tattoos in his kitchen. So I went over there and I told him what I wanted, and he did it. It didn't really heal very well. I still haven't covered it out of respect for him, but that was my first one. Yeah.
Can we see it?
Oh. Yeah.
Cool. That looks like a first tattoo.
That does look like a first tattoo. Yeah.
And then, so when did you start getting into the more meaningful tattoos? I'm sure everything on your body has a meaning, correct?
Yeah, it does. I mean, I don't even remember. This was, I used to be part of a graffiti gang. It was Exile 9. It was 9 girls. It was really cool. And this was like a tattoo that I got with an ex-girlfriend of mine. We got matching tattoos. Don't ever do that. It's terrible. This is Kali. She's sort of a figurehead for me. She's the mother goddess. And then I got this really cool Ganesh. And then I have, this is a pagan god. He's sort of a nature god. He possesses, or she possesses all the elements of humanity and nature all existing in one. And then this one I got recently, so I can always have a pretty girl on my own.
Cool.
And then that's my first record. And then under this thing is just the heads of my enemies. I got them all tattooed, all these people they used to hate, so they look like shrunken heads.
You got to keep your enemies close.
And then I got this one recently, which is a buck. It's on my knuckles. And then the last one, and then it says Art Thug.
That's cool.
And then I got this crown. This is Crown Yourself, because we gotta earn ours, right?
That's right. That's LA.
Yeah.
Well,
That's right.
who are some of the tattoo artists that you want to work at? I noticed that you go to a lot of these tattoo conventions.
Yeah.
I saw you actually got tatted.
Yeah,
at one of them while you were getting interviewed.
I did. Yeah, it was this one. It was actually
okay,
that
there
one.
you go.
I just got a Frida Kahlo portrait on my back by this tattoo artist. Her name is Ruby. She's here in LA on Melrose. I think it's Inject LA. I think is the name of it. Could be wrong. But she's amazing. She does a lot of watercolor tattoos, which
cool.
have become really popular lately. So, yeah.
Oh, cool. Is there anyone that you've just kind of dreamt about getting tatted by that you haven't? That you want to send a message out to say, get the hell over here and tat me up?
You know, I used to want. I was obsessed with Paul Booth for a long.
That's
long
my
time.
favorite too.
Yeah, for a long time, and I got to meet. He comes to a lot of our shows when we play New York City. So I keep talking to him about it. He's like, "Well, just let me know when you want to." But anytime we are in New York, we're only there for a day. Like we play, and then we have to go to the next city.
That's
so
tough.
For him, and he's booked out for like 5 years, something like that.
Well, he is the best in my opinion.
He really is. He's one of the best.
He did all the Pantera guys,
Yeah.
and just the list is just endless with him.
Paul Booth is one of them for sure.
Cool. Well, I want to switch gears a little bit because you're such an influential person, to so many people. And I want to talk movies in my head. I want to talk Little Sins. So let's talk a little bit about your writing and your poetry.
It was one of the first things that I discovered I'd love to do was when I learned how to write. I used to draw a lot, and then I started writing the stories that went along with the pictures. And then from that it just became stories, and then from stories it became poetry. And I fell in love with poetry because of what you could say using so little words, and yet you could tell an entire story or write a novel with a single poem. And it just, I don't know, it just spoke to me in a way that other forms didn't. And I've put out, I think, three books of poetry so far. And I guess others in the works, but I just haven't had time to finish them.
Right, I know. It's always, it never ends for an artist.
No.
Where can anyone pick those up, which are awesome, by the way?
Thank you. You can get all my books on Lulu.com, and you just look up Otep.
Cool. So go buy them, you guys. So we're gonna keep the steam rolling ahead with the tattoos here. So when you guys are on the road and you just stop in whatever town and you get out and you go into a 7-Eleven or whatever, do you feel judged at this point in time? Do you feel like
Yeah.
the tattoo world,
Sometimes. I mean, it's really, it depends on what part of the country we're in. But, you know, if I walk in, I have purple hair and I'm covered in tattoos, you know, we'll get the side glances, and women will clutch their purses a little tighter and grab their husband's hands. And I think that there is still this stigma that goes along with tattoos, although I think it's gotten a lot better. But in some parts of the country, it still is, yeah.
Right,
It
right.
still is an issue.
I know, I really think that's a shame, but that's a whole nother political issue.
This girl, you know, I was getting my nails done, and the girl was from Vietnam, and she's I think she's on her 10-year visa, and she'd asked me, you know, don't you worry about what people think about you with all these tattoos? And I said, no.
Yeah.
Why would I care what they think? This is my life. It's my body. I like them. Otherwise, I wouldn't have them.